Have we been looking at Idris Nasir all wrong? For weeks, Coronation Street viewers have been focused on the controversy surrounding the newest Nasir family member. The landlord. The businessman. The man whose decisions have placed young Alfie in danger. But what if we told you that long before Idris Nasir ever walked onto the cobbles, he was already standing in one of the biggest television series in history? Because hidden behind the character that's dividing Weatherfield lies a remarkable acting journey that many fans never knew existed. And once you discover where you've seen him before, you'll never look at Idris the same way again. Welcome back to Coronation Street Update. Today we're taking a closer look at the actor behind one of Corrie's most talked about newcomers, and his incredible television career that's suddenly become the talk of fans. But there's much more to this story than a forgotten TV credit. Because as Idris finds himself at the center of growing drama on the cobbles, the man playing him is quietly proving why he's become one of the soap's most fascinating new additions. When Idris Nasir first arrived in Weatherfield, he didn't waste a second making an impression. He stepped into the Nasir family with confidence. He quickly formed a romance with Leanne Battersby. He opened new business opportunities. And before long, Brodie Michaelis had become part of his growing plans. At first, Idris appeared calm, measured, successful. A man who always seemed to know exactly what he was doing. But then everything changes. As the weeks unfold, cracks begin to appear beneath that composed exterior. Questions start being asked. Doubts begin to grow. And suddenly Idris isn't simply another newcomer. He's becoming one of the street's most controversial residents. The latest drama pushes everything to another level. Abby Webster discovers that Idris is her landlord. Even worse, he's been ignoring her repeated attempts to contact him. What initially looks like a simple dispute quickly becomes something far more disturbing. Then comes the devastating discovery. Black mold. Not hidden in an abandoned property. Not in an empty building. But inside young Alfie's bedroom. And what happens next is every parent's nightmare. Alfie is rushed to A&E. Instantly, Idris finds himself under enormous pressure. The criticism pours in. His judgment is questioned. His reputation begins to crumble almost overnight. Whether viewers sympathize with him or not, there's no denying one thing. The stakes have suddenly become incredibly personal. But while viewers debate Idris' future on the cobbles, many have started asking another question. Who exactly is the actor playing him? And that's where the real surprise begins. Because before Junade Khan became Idris Nasir, he had already stepped into a television phenomenon watched by millions around the world. Game of Thrones. Yes. Long before Weatherfield, Junade appeared in HBO's global fantasy epic as one of the fearsome Dothraki blood riders. It may have been a supporting role, but appearing in one of the most successful television productions ever made is no small achievement. For many actors, even a single appearance in that world becomes a career milestone. For Junade, it became just one chapter in an already impressive career. And that may not be the whole truth. Because Game of Thrones wasn't his only major television credit. Soap fans with sharp memories may recognize him from somewhere else entirely. Years before Coronation Street, Junade appeared in Hollyoaks. Later he took on roles in BBC dramas. He even appeared in Emmerdale. Each project adding another layer to his experience. Each performance quietly building the skills that now make Idris such an intriguing presence in Weatherfield. Sometimes audiences only notice an actor once they arrive in Coronation Street. But behind every new character is often years of dedication, auditions, setbacks and determination. And Junaid's journey perfectly reflects that reality. Away from the cameras, his story becomes even more inspiring. Unlike many actors whose lives revolve entirely around television, Junade has built something much bigger. Alongside his wife Jem, he runs an award-winning performing arts academy. Together they help train the next generation of performers. It's a completely different side to the man now playing one of Corrie's most controversial characters. But perhaps the biggest surprise of all comes from his own family. Because acting has become something of a family tradition. His daughter has already worked alongside Angelina Jolie. His son has appeared in major productions, including a Marvel project and children's television. Incredibly, Junade has joked that his children have actually spent more time on screen than he has. It's a remarkable family achievement. And one that makes his arrival in Coronation Street feel even more special. Psychologically, it's fascinating to compare Junade with the character he's portraying. Off-screen, he comes across as thoughtful, creative, family-focused, dedicated to helping young performers succeed. On-screen, Idris is far more complicated. A businessman whose decisions have serious consequences. A man balancing ambition with responsibility. Someone whose calm exterior increasingly hides difficult choices. That's exactly what makes Idris such an engaging character. He's not a traditional villain, nor is he an obvious hero. Instead, he exists somewhere in the uncomfortable gray area where good intentions and poor decisions collide. Those morally complicated characters often become the most memorable in Coronation Street history. But could Idris be heading for even darker storylines? The fallout from Alfie's illness feels far from over. Abby's trust has been shattered. Questions about Idris' responsibilities are only just beginning. And once Weatherfield starts losing confidence in someone, winning that trust back is never easy. Could this crisis destroy his relationship with Leanne? Will Brody remain loyal if Idris' reputation continues to crumble? Or is this simply the beginning of a much larger storyline that will reveal secrets we haven't even imagined yet? Soap history tells us one thing. When a character suddenly moves into the spotlight, it's usually because the biggest twists are still waiting around the corner. My prediction? I don't think Idris has reached his biggest storyline yet. The landlord controversy feels like the first domino. As pressure builds from every direction, we'll likely see new sides of Idris emerge. Will he fight to repair the damage? Or will desperation push him into making even bigger mistakes? One thing is certain. Junade Khan has already shown throughout his career that he can handle emotionally layered characters. From fantasy epics, to police dramas, to British soaps. He's built the experience to take Idris almost anywhere. And that should have every Coronation Street fan paying close attention. Because sometimes the newest arrival ends up becoming one of the most important characters on the street. So now it's over to you. Were you surprised to learn that Junade Khan appeared in Game of Thrones before joining Coronation Street? Do you think Idris deserves another chance after everything that's happened with Abby and Alfie? Will his relationship with Leanne survive the growing pressure? And could Idris become one of the biggest long-term characters in Weatherfield? Let us know your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes Coronation Street deep dive, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Coronation Street Update, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest spoilers, character secrets, and exclusive soap theories. Thanks for watching. Remember, in Weatherfield, every new face arrives with a past. The real question is, how long before that past changes everything?